An entrepreneur is different from manager, by the way. But it doesn't mean that they are entirely different from each other. That means they also have their own intersection points. They have similarities and differences, which means when it comes to similarity, both make decisions and are visionaries. Both are accountable for their actions. Both perform management functions. In these points, they are similar. However, there are points that make them different. For example, in regard with primary motive, the entrepreneur is primarily driven by innovation, profit, and need for independence. On the other hand, the manager is driven by power and compensation. In regard with risk-taking, also have differentiate. An entrepreneur takes calculated risks of a business venture. He may jeopardize his own financial security for losses that may occur, but the manager does not face the uncertainty of a new venture with its potential for failure and financial losses. He does not share any business risks. When it comes to regards also, the other point that makes them different, an entrepreneur is motivated by profit, while the manager is motivated by external imposed goals and rewards. The other point is skills. An entrepreneur needs initiation, creative thinking, and innovative ability, among other skills. On the other hand, a manager depends more on human relation and conceptual abilities. When we see their status also, an entrepreneur is self-employed and he is his own boss. But a manager is salaried person and he is not independent of his employer. Innovation implies action, not just a new idea. Innovation is the transition of creative idea into a useful application. But creativity is the ability to bring something new into existence. Okay? And the ability to bring something new into existence. Here, there is no action to make the idea to reality. It is the seed that inspires entrepreneurship and it is the prerequisite to innovation. In the creativity process, most social scientists agree on five stages. The first stage is idea germination. It is a seeding process. For most entrepreneurs, ideas begin with interest for finding a solution to a particular problem. The second stage is preparation. Once a seed of interest has taken from us a focused idea, creativity people embark on conscious search for answers. If it is a problem they are trying to solve, then they begin an intellectual journey, seeking information about the problem and how others have tried to solve it. The third stage is incubation. It is the assimilation of information by the subconscious mind, just in hidden mind. In this stage, the subconscious intellect assumes control of creative process. The fourth stage is illustration. It is an enlightenment period. It occurs when the idea resurfaces as a realistic creation. This stage is critical for entrepreneurs because ideas by themselves have little meaning over here. Then, finally, verification. It is the development stage of refining knowledge into innovation. So, in general, the creativity process has 5 stages. The first one is idea germination, then preparation, then the third stage is incubation. After we incubate, illuminate the ideas. Then, verifying will be the final stage for this process. When it comes to innovation, is the process of doing new things. Innovation is the process of doing new things. It is the transformation of creativity idea into useful application, which results in new products, services, or processes. It requires 4 things to be fulfilled. The first one is analytical planning. including on market strategy. The second one in organizing resources, material resource, financial resource, and human resource, whatever it is. Because to bring the idea into reality in the ground, these resources must be organized. The third point is implementation. In the implementation period, the plan will be changed to reality. Then finally, the fourth, commercial application. Because finally, applying it to the market. It is the stage where creativity idea transfers into application. This commercial application provides value to customers, reward for employees, revenue for investors, and satisfaction for founders. Today, people are becoming entrepreneurs at an alarming rate. Many people share a dream of becoming entrepreneurs. This shows there are a lot of factors that push ordinary people to become entrepreneurs. The reason behind is two factors: pull factor and push factor. The opportunity that you have to gain control over your own density, the opportunity to reach your full potential and reap unlimited profit pulls you to be an entrepreneur. In addition, the opportunities that you have to contribute to the society is the other pull factor to make us an entrepreneur. On the other hand, community attitude, unemployment, and the disagreement with the previous employer are your push factor. Those forces you to be an entrepreneur. Small business is a business which is independently owned and operated, not dominated in its field of operation, and meets certain standard of number of employees and capital. Generally, there are two approaches to define a small business enterprise: size criteria and economic or control criteria. When it comes to the size criteria, to measure the size of the business and classify them into a small business enterprise, there are criteria commonly used: sales volume, number of employees, asset size, volume of deposit. All these are criteria. And in regard with economic or control criteria, market share, independent, that means not dependent on donors, and management style by itself. Also the other criteria, having a manager with no dependent managers or small number of department managers it has. However, the most widely used criteria to define small business are number of employees and amount of capital. See, the number of employees and amount of capital is the other widely used criteria to define small business. According to the current Ethiopian context, micro enterprise and small enterprise, we can say them. So the micro enterprise are a business enterprise found in all sectors of the Ethiopian country with a paid up capital of not more than 20,000 and less than 20 employees. Okay, not more than 20,000 and less than 20 employees, which means micro enterprise. But when it comes to small enterprise, are business enterprise with a paid up capital of more than 20,000 but not exceeding 500,000, and with number of employees ranging from 20 to 100. So when it comes to characteristics of small business, it has own characteristics. The first one is actively managed by its owner. Independent management, it means no or few management style. The other characteristic is its style of management is highly personalized. That means the owner has first-hand knowledge of every move in the business at all levels, and he is the main decision maker. Okay, the capital is also supplied by ownership and is held by an individual or a small group. Many small business fail due to various reasons. Out of this, the first one is managerial incompetence or inexperience. This takes the first part, which means A small business with incompetence or having a manager with poor experience cause for failure of the business. So the person who manage the small business has to have full experience and management capability. And weak control system also the other point that is cause for failure of small business. If the control systems do not provide adequate information on a timely basis, the entrepreneur may be in trouble before he knows it. Undercapitalization also the other point. It is also the other factor for failing a business. Poor financial control from initially also can be caused. Inadequate marketing plan, promotion, and a poor location can be cause for small business failures. Or these are the pointers. As an entrepreneur start up a new business, they could get the idea of a business from different sources. There are many possible sources of ideas. Some of the more useful ones are customer, existing companies, distribution channels, the government and research and development units are the source of business idea. But evaluating the business idea is very, very important point. How to evaluate your business idea? Before bringing the idea into reality, first, we need to write a business plan. Then, assess the market demand. Then, research your direct and indirect competitors. And finally, identify your customers. This is very important point.